Well, hello and welcome to Little Workroom Crafts. My name is Davina and I live in the southeast coast of the UK. Today is Monday, the 20th of September 2021. And welcome everybody. All new, all old, just welcome to my little channel. I love you all. And where you can find me will be down in the description box, and everything that I mention, like any companies or anything like that that I mentioned today, will also be down in the description box as well. Today we have got a packed episode. Oh, I'm surprising actually how busy I've been myself, to be honest. So all I'm going to say is the week has been busy. We did, it was this within this week, wasn't it? Or did I do that last week? Hang on. We made our first pumpkin loaves from the pumpkins that we actually, growed and everything ourselves. So I have got a few photographs at the beginning where you can see the process of what we did, and we've kept the seeds, some of the seeds, because there were so many seeds just in that one. And we're drying them out at the moment, ready to grow some more next year. But I'll tell you what, their loaf tasted lovely. But I've just been down to the shop and I've bought some walnuts because I do prefer walnuts in with mine. I don't know why, I just love walnuts and I love pumpkins, as you all know. So we did that. Yesterday I baked a carrot cake. No, I didn't. It wasn't yesterday. Saturday I baked a carrot cake for Glenn. Oh dear. Yeah, and it's just been like busy crafting. It's loads done, absolutely loads done this week. So I'm going to quickly hop right in, and I'm going to give you a little list of what's coming up. So we've got cross stitch. We've actually got a FFO, a FO, and a new start. I know, I just can't believe how much I've done. Crochet, obviously everybody know what that is. It is actually the Yuletide blanket. I got it. I managed to get the yarn when the kit and the pattern from Wool Warehouse when it was launched 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. Now I'm a member of a group. I can't believe this. I'm a member of one of the Attic 24 groups on Facebook, and apparently 300 kits sold in the first 10 minutes. I know at the moment, because that did do a complete sellout, and at the moment if you want one, until they can get the stock in, they're actually taking, you can like not pre-order, but you can put your name down for a kit basically. But I was just so lucky. Ordered it Tuesday, as I say. I sat there was a few of us I know that I'm friends with on Instagram, and we were all we're sitting there waiting, like, for it to go live. And so I'd already logged in and everything, so I didn't have to do that, and so it automatically went into my basket. And like dead on 8 o'clock Wednesday morning, it was delivered. I tell you what, their postage is just amazing, absolutely amazing. But yeah, so I'm going to show you my progress of that, because yes, I have started it. So you can imagine I had my hook ready. Oh dear me. And obviously I've left the crochet until last, because that kind of intertwines with the naughties, because that obviously is a naughty, and I've got a couple of more naughties. And let's see, what else have I got in my book? I've got a personal message I've got to say to a friend, and also I have on Friday, no it wasn't, beg me pardon, on Thursday I had quite a big shop update of my 2-in-1 yarn cozies. Thank you ever so much for everybody that's actually gone and brought some, and so I'm going to show you those today, because it's going to be a little while before I make some more of these, because I want to get some project bags into the shop, and I want to get some the knitting project bags as well as the cross stitch ones. So there's not going to be a shop update this week, but I want to get some of those done in there. And then so after that, because obviously not everybody is interested in the shop update, but after the shop update, if you're still with me, I am going to because I've had a lot of questions about this, and I haven't mentioned it at all on my podcast, basically because I'm here for the crafting, but a lot of people ask me, what is my health problem? And obviously I had the phone call a couple of weeks ago where I nearly chopped my finger off afterwards. and I thought, well, today, after the shop update, right at the end, I am going to let you know what I've suffered with for a few years now and what I am actually having to deal with on top of that, because I've been diagnosed with something else. And yeah, so we'll get to that right at the end. So anybody that, you know, want to stay right to there, you are more than welcome. But obviously, you know, I understand that, because that's what I'm here for, the craft. So if you're not interested in that, then I will say my goodbyes nearer the, you know, at the time. Okay then, right then, let's hop right in, shall we? To say, because it's been a busy week. So cross stitch first. We'll go with the fully finished object. I am so chuffed with this. As you all know, my lovely friend Teresa, hi, got me this pattern for Christmas. I have just loved this pattern. It's been a pleasure to stitch, and it is Shepherd's Bush, and it's called Lois. And as you all know, out of all the colours in it, I only actually got 2. All the rest I just matched and used what I had in stash. Actually, I can't show you, but actually on the pattern inside, like there, you have the shape of the stocking. But I will say it doesn't give you any instructions on how to put the stocking together. So, yeah. But anyway, I traced off the stocking that was there, and I thought, well, I laid it onto the actual piece, and I thought, you know, obviously seam allowances and that lot don't look like they've been added. So I used the good old freezer paper. It's shiny on, if you see, it's shiny on one side and matte on the other, and the matte side is the side you draw on, and then you iron it on, and it's temporarily, it doesn't leave any markings or anything. We use it in quilting for applique all the time, and it just peels off and it can be re-ironed and reused. That's the good thing about freezer paper. And so what I did is, now I did try to take some photographs as I was doing it, so I'm going to hop over this side and I will pop them up here as I go, as I try and explain how I actually put the stocking together. So I traced this the pattern for the stocking out of the actual centre of the pattern piece, and then I ironed it onto the top of my cross stitch piece. Then what I did is, and so there should be a photograph, I think, because I tried to photograph as I was going along. I ironed the piece. There's a photograph of the piece being ironed on, and then there's another photograph of it actually at the sewing machine. So what I did is, it's a bit like the Tilda, how Tilda do her dolls. I stitched and used this as a guide. So I got, hang on, let's try this again. Right, so I iron this onto the top of the stocking. Then I got my backing, and then, actually, I tell a lie. Let's start again, Fina. It's going to have to go out, right. Okay then, right. So what I did was, I got my freezer paper and I ironed this onto the back of the stocking. Yes, the back of the stocking. Then I put the piece of tartan on the top of it, and then I used this edge as the edge. If you can see, there is, I don't know if you can see it, see little holes, and so I used this as my guide, and I stitched round it, obviously not the top, just round this piece. And then I took it off of the machine, and then I put it, removed the paper, and then you cut a little bit around, leaving about 1/4 of an inch away from the stitching. Then I snipped in all the curves, the ins and the outs, and then I pulled it through, and then I did the same again for the lining. Okay, I think the photograph, I'm sure the photograph that's actually underneath the machine is me doing the lining, because I was just too scared to do it with the cross stitch piece. As I said to Glenn, all those hours into there, and if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. And oh my gosh. Well, anyway, this is my stocking. I am just so pleased with it. As you can see, I didn't put the piping around the outside because I just thought it took a bit away. from it, and I want the cross stitch to do all the talking. I did add a loop, which the one in the pattern didn't have a loop, so I added a loop so I can hang it. And then inside I used the calico printed with the snowflakes, because I thought, well, I've got snowflakes on the outside. And yeah, so then what I did is I did it like as what they call the bag method. So I put the inside on the outside, right sides together, sewed around the top, but here on the lining I can show you, where is it? There we go, because I've sewn that up. I left a gap, and then I pulled it through and then sewed this up afterwards. So yeah, I then gave it a good press. So, and because I, you know, snipped in here and all round here, it lays lovely. And then I took it downstairs and said to Glenn, oh look, you've got another stocking to fill at Christmas. He went, ooh, so yeah. But yeah, I am just so chuffed with this. I really, really am. Yeah, one thing that I am disappointed with, but I might see if I can do it anyway, is I haven't dated it. And I think I just got too excited. Because you know me, I always get excited. I could make a little label actually and put on the back, to be honest. I could do that and just put 2021 on it. But yeah, but I am just so chuffed with this. So it's all finished. So that is my FFO. Then, as you know, last week I got this pattern off of Etsy, and I have actually got the lady's company name, and it's Primrose Cottage Quilts. So if you Google Primrose Cottage Quilts, I'll write that on the screen for you. She has got some amazing cross stitch patterns. She really has on Etsy in her shop, and the pattern is brilliant. You have two options where you want to print, if you can print it in color if you want to, or in black and white. And as you know, I chose the Hocus Pocus because I just love this one. The actual designer's name is Lindsay Waite, so W-E-I-G-H-T, so that kind of weight. And yeah, and I have got it stitched. I am just so chuffed with it. I really, really am. The piece of cloth that I'm using is a Pitch This Plus. It's a 14, no it's not, it looks like 16, sorry. I think it's a 16 count Ada, which I got from the Patchwork Rabbit. And I am just, yeah, I love it. Now, I'm thinking what I might do is actually make it into a long pillow, and that'll fit really smart, resting up at the front of my dough ball with my other ones at the back, and then this one resting up at the front. So hopefully I'll have it all actually fully finished, ready for next week. So that's the fully finished and the finished. Now we've got a new cast on. So what I thought I'd done, you know, because let's move back in here a bit. I've done a spring one this year. I have done Halloween's. Obviously, I've done Christmas. I've done quite a big Christmas one this year, as you know. So I thought, right, I'd like to have a go at just doing one that's not seasoned, just one that I can just sit and do, basically. So a while ago, a couple of months ago, when this came out, obviously Teresa and I hopped on as quick as anything, and we got ours from the Stitchery at Dorset. So pop over to her, because anything Laurie Holt, oh my gosh, she's got loads of stuff. That's where I get all my, oh, my books, not there, my books are there. That's where I get all my books from. And so yeah, and this is where we got this, and this is the new Laurie Holt Kaleidoscope. Now the quilt is absolutely brilliant, but in here she has a cross stitch pattern, and Teresa and I both loved this cross stitch pattern. It just used 3 colours, and it is just gorgeous. Now I started this yesterday, and as you're going to see, I cannot put it down. I'm not actually using any of the colours that she suggests. you know me, she just gives a guide. Laurie is one of them that she gives a guide, and basically it's up to you what you want to do. But what I do like is that she, yet again, like the Hocus Pocus designer, she has given the different stitch finishes for the different counts. And now this one, this Ada, was gifted from my friend Jan, and I'm sure it looks like an 18 count. I'm still using 2 threads. Normally I only use 1 thread with an 18 count, but this is given such good coverage, it's unbelievable. So the 3 threads that I have chosen is out of the new DMC colours, because I'd like to start, you know, collecting them. And as you know, I love my muted colours. So I have got this one as my middle, this one as the, no I haven't, yeah, this one as the centre, this one as the next round, and this one as the outside. So the colours are 21, 8 and 28. So the 28 obviously is the purple. And saying I started this yesterday and I can't put it down, but it is so delicate and pretty. So I've done the top half of the centre, I'll show you in a moment, and then I'm starting here on the square here. So let's, I can't so basically I have done the top half of that there, and now I'm doing here and here, then I'll go and do here, and then I'll do the bottom half, and then there and there, and then I'll start on with my beigey brown, well it's like a mocha, isn't it really, and then my peach on the outside. So as I say, I don't know what I'm going to do with it when it's finished. I haven't a clue, but I just fancied doing something that weren't related to a holiday or a season, you know. I just fancied doing something, you know, that was, you know, just the colours that I could choose, and this is just perfect. And I am tempted, actually, I said to Glenn, like next year, it's going to be next year's project, is do you know, do a block and do a couple of cushions or something like that, because obviously I can't show you that page. Ugh, let's get this over here. Oh no, I just wondered if there was any more of the, right, now this is one thing that she does do, which is good. She has got a few other happy colour combinations. So what she's done is that she's given you the, you know, just an option basically of you know, different colour combinations. Yeah, you can do it as a tonal, but I think to myself, you know, no, it needs something, you know, and that's why I picked 3 different colours. And I have looked at, there's a hashtag, and I thought, well, yeah, you know, it's going to work, I'm sure it is. Now the actual pattern, which obviously I can't show you because it's paid for, is on 4 pages. Now I'm going to quickly show you, try and explain to you how I do this, because I actually do work out the pattern and from the pattern. And I will say, because of all her books are ring bound, they're absolutely amazing. Now when I lived in Canada for 2 years, for 1995 to 1997, I brought this, which you can see is battered. That got, obviously, I think that got ruined on one of the moves afterwards. But yeah, and obviously I've got my magnets. So what I do is I put that underneath the page. I'm not on that page, I'm on this page. So I put it underneath the page, and this page that I'm working from has got the overlap of 3 lines, which have already been done on the other page. So what I do is I use my long one of them to cover up my overlap, if that makes sense. So then I know anything from there onwards as I've got a stitch, so I don't get confused with the ones that I've already stitched. And then this diddly one here, I actually, because I like to work, let me see if I can, I have got the magnetic one, but I don't like using that as much. Let's put that there. And put that there. Right, let's move back so you don't actually see anything. Okay, right, so this is covering up the overlap. This diddly one here, I actually work from this bit underneath it. So that line there has been done. Then I move it up, and then I know I've got to do that line. Then move it up, and then I know I've got to do that line. And that's how I work it actually from the book. Because I know that with some people, that overlap can get confusing. Just cover up them 3 lines, you know, which is the overlap, and then work from there. Also, I thought I would mention today, because I have never mentioned this before, is what needles I use to cross stitch. I do love, when I do a 16 or an 18 count Ada, which is, I will quickly explain, how many holes there is to an inch. So a 14 count, there's 14 holes to the inch, and so on. And obviously, so 14 count is the crosses are bigger, so your piece is going to be bigger. So 18 count, I know there's more crosses to the inch, but they're smaller, so that will be more compact. It will be smaller. That's the way it works. Anyway, so for a 14 count, I normally use a size 24 needle. Now, I love John James. John James is a very good make here in the UK. And they do, now it's, what are they called? Oh, tapestry. That's right, because they're blunt. Cross stitch needles are blunt. Okay. So if you buy John James needles, tapestry, they are the equivalent these days of our cross stitch. We used to have like proper cross stitch needles, but I don't quite know what's happened there. You can buy the gold ones, which you only get 3 in the pack, which is twice the price. To be honest with you, I don't think they make any difference. I've tried them, So let's get back to what I was saying. A 24 size 24 tapestry stroke cross stitch needle is good for a 14 count. Ada. Now for the 16 and the 18 count, I use a 26. It's a smaller needle. With any needle size, it's with any needles, the higher the number, the smaller the needle, okay? Which is the circumference, it's smaller, right? Of the needle. And it's either with the 18 and the 16 count Adas, I would use a 26. If I ever did get brave enough, I've never used it before, and I am tempted to actually go there, you can buy a 20 count. I could kick myself because a couple of months ago I was out in the charity shop and there was a big piece of 20 count Ada, and I thought, I don't use that, and now I'm tempted because I've seen this, the way this has come out, I am tempted. But with a 20 count Ada, I would actually use one thread of my DMC or whatever I'm using, anchor, whatever, and so it'd be 26, and I would use a 28 needle. I would actually go out and buy some 28s and go smaller. Okay, but yeah, so that basically is how it works with the count of your Ada and the size of your needle. To start off cross stitch, I love my Ada. I have got some other cloth there. I've even tried the 25, okay, which is obviously bigger, but I love my Ada. I just love it. And if you're starting cross stitch, just go in for the Ada, go for something small. And the patterns from the US are absolutely amazing because they don't have back stitch, they have just blocks. The Patchwork Rabbit do such a big collection. Oh, she really does. And yeah, you know what I mean, really, really, go over to her and have a look. It's she's got a really good, I'd love to go to her shop. Carla is her name. I really would love to go to her shop. Anyway, right, there's all that out of the way. Let's get to the other exciting stuff, shall we? Whee! In my Lucy bag. So, right, with the actual kit, you get the pattern. You get 15 balls of wool, but 12 of the different colours, and the other 3 are doubled up because you need them. There is actually 78 rounds in this. I know this is a free pattern. You can go over to her blog and you can print it off yourself and use all your own colours, which some people have been doing. Or you could actually support her and buy the actual kit. She will tell you each colour on the back page. And what it is a 3 round repeat, basically. Inside is absolutely phenomenal. You get your pictures of all the different things, and there's those 3 there that you have to repeat. As I say, it's on her blog if you want to do it, and then you actually get all about the border afterwards. And as you know I love my borders. I also brought this time, which I'm so chuffed with, I really, really am, from the lovely oh my gosh, Veronica. Sorry, Veronica, I forgot. This is actually Simply Shade cards, and she has permission from Lucy, and this is the actual yuletide, all the colorways. And then what you do is yourself, you put on your little samples, because I work from the centers of my balls of wool. They all sit in my bag, and then say for instance my next round, which is on 28 starting, it was a camel. So then I pull out what I think is the camel, test it against my little sample there, and then go. But these are absolutely brilliant, and they're just beautifully made. So yet again, it is Simply Shade cards, and they're on Etsy, and her name is Veronica. So pop over and go and see her. Now I'm going to show you. Oh yes, also because I had to do all something like all, not Christmas, but well, yeah, Christmas, you told. I went over to my lovely favourites. I've done it. I had them in my mind. Where I get my stitch markers from. Oh, I put it on the screen. And I went and brought the little snowman, because I thought, yes, that can hang there. And this is how I was hoping I would actually get a bit further, but I'll explain why later on. But this is it so far. I am just so chuffed with this. It's, oh, hang on a minute, because Glenn's trying to ring me. Oh, right, there you go. So there, look at it. Oh my gosh. And I love it because even though they are, oh, it'd be helpful if it was actually facing the right way round. Yeah, that's better. It's, you can see Christmas in it, but I think it's still good enough to be out all year round. I really, really do. You know, I've got my meadow one that I'd have out in the spring and the summer, but you could quite easily have this out autumn, winter. You know, it's unbelievable. But I love it, absolutely love it. And as you can imagine, I can't put this down. So and inside here, as I said, oh, I'm working from here, and yeah, I'm just so excited. Then when I was down in Lidl, this was before the actual kit arrived, they had these a section there for when the kiddies went back to school, and they had this, and I thought this would be ideal for my yuletide thingy. It's actually what they call it. It actually is a pencil case, but what I have done is I've got it, and then I've got my needle minder here. Oh, isn't that craft? Oh, I can't remember. Because that's the same lady where I got my what's name from. So that's the needle minder. That's my scissors. That's my hook, obviously. There's my pencil so I can mark off my bits. In here, obviously, a tape measure. I don't know why I got that in there. My notebook. And in here is my where my needle and that goes when I haven't got it sitting here. Because I am a good girl, and I do I do sew in my ends as I go, rather than having, I can't bear having a whole blanket at the end and you think, oh, now I've got to sew in all them ends. You know, it takes a couple of seconds really after every round, and now the rounds are getting bigger, I like it, it's better. But this little case is really good. So it opens up there, it's got a zip there, so I'll definitely be using this again for other crochet thingies. But yeah, I really am loving that. So I got that. So everything goes in my bag. So there's my pattern, my shade card, and everything in there in my bag. So yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Okay then, right, so that's all the crafting. As I say, all the crafting. I have done a few rounds on my Whitmore jumper, or sweater, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, it's plain knitting, so I was waiting till I get a bit further down before I show you, so I've been doing some of that as well. Obviously, I've been up here doing stuff for the shop, so I've been a busy girl. I've been a busy girl. So let's go into the naughties. As I thought, well, beans, I'm going to be buying the Attic 24 Yuletide kit from Wool Warehouse, and it was over the price where you got postage free anyway. And I thought, well, what I'll do is I'm going to pop in the new West Yorkshire Spinners, because I've collected these right from the beginning. I will say, out of all the Christmas ones they've done, and I have had every one of them, The robin is still my favourite. I just love that one. I don't know why, but I just love it. Anyway, so the new West Yorkshire Spinners, and I thought, well, I'm going to pop that in. So what I did is, as I said, when I logged in, I quickly popped that in my basket, and I sat there waiting for everything to come live. Glenn got up and he went, oh, I got it, I got it, I got it. And then a few of my friends would message me saying, I got one. It was brilliant. It felt as if you could feel the atmosphere coming through just your phone. It was unbelievable. Anyway, it's excitement gone now. So, and also, as always, with the West Yorkshire Spinners, you've got a pattern. And this is called their Vintage Fairy Lights. And I will say, this is beautiful. Look at the stellina in that. That is just so pretty. And as you all know, I love my more muted colours. So I got that. And as I say, and that also came with the free pattern, you know, even though I ordered it from Wool Warehouse. And it is a booklet pattern. It's not just a one piece. So this was free with the yarn. So, you know, I couldn't resist. Beans, I've been collecting them from the beginning. I couldn't resist. Right then, as you all know, I collect. So if anybody hasn't received theirs yet, you might want to close your eyes in a moment. I collect from Woolly Goodness her Scrappy Project Club. I am waiting for next month's to go live, and then I'll order it, and then it comes. I think it goes live the end of this month, and then we'll get it next month. Always come with this is so pretty this month. This month's stitch marker is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And that is her card, Woolly Goodness. And the inspiration for this month, you get a little photograph. It is so well presented. And it's postage free. And the cost is just amazing. And then it comes in a beautiful box with your tissue. And this month is amazing. It really is. So I can't wait for the like next month onwards with the autumn and the Christmas ones and that. So right then, anybody that is still waiting on theirs, please close their eyes now. And this was this month's. Isn't that beautiful? Right, you can come back now. So I'll close it up so no one sees it. So yeah, it is well worth getting. I'm collecting them now. Obviously I'm putting them in my little mitered square blankets. And I said to Glenn, because I started getting them at the beginning of the year, and then I don't know why, I've just totally forgot things going on. I missed a couple of months and I kicked myself really. But anyway, and I've started getting them all again. And they're absolutely brilliant. What you get, actually, I should have told you, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 10 5-gram minis. And I say the cost, it is really good because I say you don't pay your postage. Postage is free. So I am waiting for them to go live so I can order the next lot. Okay, right then. So that's everything craft related this month. So anybody that is not staying now for the shop update, because that'll be shop update next, I'm going to say thank you ever so much for all your support in everything that I do. And yeah, I just love this so much. I really do. So thank you so much. And please take care. Stay safe. Happy crafting. Bye. Okay then, right. So on Thursday I did quite a big shop update of these because I'd ordered some fabrics in and luckily they arrived really quickly. Some of them, 2 of them are actually a repeat because I got asked if I could make some more, and all the rest are brand new fabrics. So let's show you what we have. So these 2 here, which is the tie-dye and the sheep, are the 2 repeats. These have already been in the shop, sold out, and then I've brought these back again. Okay, so these are the ones, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sheep, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the tie-dyed left. This one, I posted off one of these this morning with another one. There's only 3 of these ones left, which is the building blocks. I've called it building blocks. I know you can see that it's a Lego, but I didn't know if I was going to get told off. So I called it building blocks. There's, let's say, 3 of those left. These ones, I love this one, but then again, you can see why it's my favourite colour. There's 4 of these, and this is like the solar system at night. Oh, it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So there's 4 of those ones. These, I know someone that would love these. There's only 3 of these left, and they're little bunnies on clouds. Isn't that adorable? I just couldn't resist that one when I was shown that one. And then last but not least, there is, which is it a navy or a black? I don't know if it's a navy or a black, with little orange flowers, saying there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 of those ones. Okay then, so that's what's in the shop. I say, and then I'm not going to be making any more of those for a little while, and then because I'm going to concentrate on my project bags and so on. Okay then, right. Now let's go into what people keep asking me, shall I? Right, I have actually had fibromyalgia for many years now, a long time. And they keep playing around with medication and getting me on these strong medication. And then after a while, they realise they're not working, so they have to wean me off slowly, which really makes me poorly. And as you can see, I'm pale today because they're starting it again. And then last week, I got diagnosed with polymyalgia rheumatica as well, which is an arthritis. So I have a muscle weakening disease with the fibro, and then now I have an arthritis of the bones, of some of the bones, with the polymyalgia. So at the moment, I'm dealing with the pain with 2 because I've got a flare up of my polymyalgia, and I'm constantly in pain with the fibro anyway. So what they've decided to do is they're taking me off of this really strong, so I'm having to wean off the really strong painkiller, and they're upped my steroids. So at the moment I'm not good at all. But you know, life goes on. This morning, you know, even though I walk with my 2 sticks, I try my best. You know, I've baked a loaf of me sourdough loaf for me, so I can have some toast for lunch. I've been out and did a bit of shopping this morning. You know, I am tired because I did it all. My voice is starting to go because even the muscles here with the fibro, when you do a lot or you talk a lot, even they go, you know, and they start getting weak on you. But as I say, you know, I'm that type of person that just get on with it. You've got one chance at this, you know, and you just got to get on with it. You know, yeah, I've been to the shows. I've organised when I was at work, taken coach loads of ladies and gentlemen, you know, to the NEC, to the Quilt Fest, and I've organised all that. You know, you have to do things in stages, basically. You know, I write a list. So far today, I've managed to rub off a couple of 3 of my lists, but I know that the other things are not going to be able to get done today. So there's always tomorrow, you know. So what? You know, I could sit there this afternoon and do my cross stitch, but at least I'm sitting and relaxing. And you know, but tomorrow the hoovering can get done, or tomorrow, you know, something else can get done. It's just, you know, and if you saw me hoover, you know, I have 1 stick and me hoover, but I still do. I'm determined. I'm not going to give in. And that's it. You can't give in. So, you know, and sometimes, like, I popped down to see Glenn at work this morning, and he said, you know, you're looking tired already, and that was only like, you know, just after 10 o'clock. But, you know, it's you got to get on with it. You've really got to try your hardest. And yeah, you know, that's all the advice I can give you. So now I'm dealing with coming off certain tablets, and they're up and one other tablet. And then last week as well, on the Tuesday, I had my flu jab, which for some reason made me really ill for 2 days. I've had that for years, and it's never made me ill, but this time it did. So I don't know what that was all about. But you know, it's, you know, we've got to get on with it, you know, it's life. You've got to keep smiling. That's the voice from Little Workroom Crafts. Keep smiling. And put a giggle in every now and again. So anyway. So if you've actually stayed with me this long, I had just wanted to let everybody know, because I have been getting questions about it. And also I would love to say, it's nothing to do with, well, it kind of is, because we've been talking privately, but it isn't. I've got a lovely friend called Sue, and she's not in this country, but we email each other, and I feel that we've actually grown close with just the emails. I really, really do. And she sent me 3 pictures, and to see if they would, obviously for me to make me smile. And these pictures were absolutely beautiful. She's a clever lady. She doesn't want them put on the section is what you've been up to, which I fully respect and I fully understand. These pictures she actually wanted for me. And I would like to say thank you, Sue, so much. You are so clever. And every one of them, you could see a different personality in them. And oh my gosh, they were lovely. So thank you so much, Sue. And I loved your emails, and they were very helpful. And I would say thank you so much. Okay then, right, so that's enough for today. So I got a bit wet this morning because it poured down when I was getting the shopping out the car. So I'm going to hop in the shower. That's why my hair's a bit of a mess. I'm going to hop back in the shower and re-wash my hair. And then I'm going to go down because, yes, it is, blimey, 25 to 1 in the afternoon now. And I am going to get in some comfies and sit there and do a bit of cross stitch, I think. Either that or my crochet, I can't decide. Anyway, I'm going to see you all next week. So please, please take care. Stay safe. Happy crafting. Bye.